What's good, Wiz fans? What is good? How y'all doing? You know who it is. It's your boy, Cameron Mingo. As today, we got a special show for y'all as the Wizards release the first half of the schedule for the 2020-2021 season. So, here it is. Now, we're going to break down every part of the schedule from December through March, through the road trips, the homestand, the marquee games, and we're going to talk about the marquee game later on the show. We're going to reveal my top 10 marquee games for the first part of the season. So, let's go through the schedule real quick, shall we? First game, when Russell Westbrook makes his Wizards debut, December 23rd, against the Sixers at Philadelphia. That's a big game already. Now, there's one follower on Twitter who said, if we can win this game, we can go 5-0. And I'm like, it's possible because after Philly, you got Orlando back-to-back at home, where Russell makes his home debut against the Orlando Magic. And we got two against Chicago Bulls on the 29th and New Year's Eve at home. So, I think we can go 5-0 start the year. And moving on to January, we got the first day in January, we got the Timberwolves seeing Anthony Edwards, the number one overall pick. But the big game in January, the big game, which means the second big game, is January 3rd against the Brooklyn Nets, where Russell plays against Kevin Durant. I cannot wait to see that. So it's possible we could see it in the playoffs. But the big game on this schedule, the big one in January, is Russell returns to Houston, where we play against our old friend and former Wizard John Wall. So those are the big games in January. So moving on to February, shall we? We got back-to-back games beginning against the Miami Heat, defending East Conference champions. But the big game, this big one right here, February 15th, President's Day, when John Wall returns to D.C. Hopefully that there are fans in the building. Hopefully there is. Hopefully he will get a rousing ovation. And please, fan, when you get the ball, please don't boo, because please don't. Because he's done everything for the city, but if you boo him, then you're not a fan, because this man is everything to the city. So let's moving on. And also in February, we got our first Western Conference road trip. We go to Portland, we play the Lakers and the Clippers back-to-back. We go to LA back-to-back against the champions and the team, in my opinion, that should have played Lakers last year in the playoffs, which is the Clippers. And we got the Denver Nuggets. So those are 4 tough games out west. So with this new team, who knows? Because in the past, we're always so bad on the West Coast. We're always 1-3, 1-4, 0-5, 0-4, whatever. But that's the toughest part. The first part of the schedule is that West road trip to Portland, the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Nuggets. And then we got two games in March, which concludes the first half of the season. I think All-Star break begins from the 5th through the 10th or something like that. I can't remember. So, and they're gonna release the second part of the schedule during the second part, during the course of the season. Like I say around February, like late February, they're gonna release the second part of the schedule, which I can't wait, because it should be interesting. But here's the one thing that really pissed me off. We got 0 nationally televised games in the first part of the season, which to me is a joke. Like, you added Russell Westbrook, who is must-see TV, and you give us 0 games on national television. We should have had TV game against the freaking Rockets when Raw returned to DC. That should have been a ESPN TNT game. So I don't know what they're doing because it's all a joke to me. It's a big joke. So here are teams who have more TV games than us. Even the Bulls got one. The Knicks, the Timberwolves, like seriously, and even let's see. So yeah, those teams I'm really mad that they got more TV games than us. The Bulls, the Hawks, even the Hornets. Hornets got TV games because of the ball. But good news is they got one. If it was more than that, then it would have been a massive joke. So, but we should get more TV games if we succeed. By the way, you never know. If we're like third or second best in the conference, we could get 15 TV games in the second part of the season. So we gotta earn it. So if you want to get TV games, you gotta win, and that's just what we'll do. So that concludes the first part of the season. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna reveal my top 10 games for the first part of the season for the Wizards. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
That time Washington played pretty good defense. Bucks moved the ball well. Oh my. Bradley Beal hammers on Brook Lopez. And a tee.
Hey, look, that's a big-time dunk. And that's exactly what Brook Lopez does. If somebody's going to the rim, Brook Lopez is going to be there to contest. He is the number 2 individual defensive-rated player in the league, Brook Lopez.
And we are back, Wiz fam. We are back. It's that time again. Once a year, I reveal my top 10 games for the schedule. But this time, here are my top 10 games for the first half of the schedule. So let's get to it, shall we? Let's go to number 10. Number 10. January 9th against the Miami Heat. Let me tell you why. They're the defending Eastern Conference champions. You got Jimmy Butler on there. You got Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero. And shout out to my boy Crown Butler, who's got the assistant coaching job with the Miami Heat. And shout out to Udonis Haslem, who returned for his, 18th season with the Miami Heat. I'm like, wow, that is a long time with one team. So it was interesting to see he play in our house. Because remember, we beat them once, and the 3 games we lost to, we compete with Miami Heat. So that's a team right there for that Southeast Division title. But division doesn't mean nothing because we're fighting for playoff positioning. So if you win a division, who cares? So this is not the NFL. So moving on, shall we? Let's go to number 9. Number 9. February 20th at Portland. Let me tell you why. The new backcourt against probably the second, third backcourt in the past 4 years, 5 years in Dame and CJ at Portland. So I'm seeing Russell playing against Dame, not 4 times, but twice. Okay, Dame and Russell have history. Remember that playoff series? Russell's talking trash, and Dame's like, whatever. And his thing to the talking, and what happened? Sent Russ home in the playoffs. Remember that long 3 to send the Thunder home? So it's gonna be tough playing Portland because Portland is good. They're the team that won the offseason, to me, in my opinion. They had a great offseason. Don't see my Portland, so nice, good seeing Portland. So let's move on to number 8. Number 8, shall we? Ooh, February 17th versus Nuggets. Before I go, remember the last time I played the Nuggets? It was my birthday last season where we were shorthanded. We were 8 guys. We had no Brad, no Rui, no John, no Thomas Bryan, no Bertans, and still won thanks to my boy Ish Smith. So Denver is probably one of the most still slept on teams in the NBA. People forget they made it to the Western Conference final last year. In 2 rounds last year, both rounds, down 3-1, came back. First team ever do that. So shout out to Denver. You still got Jokic, still got Jamal Murray, and I think with Jeremy Grant gone, watch out for Michael Porter Jr. I think he's due for a breakout season. So Denver is still one of the top 3 teams in the Western Conference to me. So I don't know why people are knocking off Denver because I think their run was a fluke, but it wasn't. Because people forget, the first year they made the West Conference Finals. In 2019, we lost to Portland Game 7. So, even nice to see Denver see what they do. So, let's move on to number 7. Number 7, January 27th at New Orleans. Let me tell you why. Zion. Now, last year, we didn't face Zion even before season got suspended, and we didn't see him in the bubble because I think they shut him down because they knew that their team was done. So it'd be nice to see what Zion does because I've been planning to see Zion in person, watch that man play for a long time, ever since he was in Duke. But it'd be nice to see what that team does. Because they got Van Gundy as new coach, you still got Lonzo Ball, and they got newly acquired Eric Bledsoe. So I'm going to see what Zion does in year number 2 in NBA. So let's move on to number 6. Number 6. Ooh. February 23rd at the Clippers. Because we have not won at the Clippers house in a very, very long time. I think they've beaten us, I don't know how many times in a row in the Clippers house. Like last 10, 11 times that we played in their house. But not it's still Lakers house. But in terms of Clippers house. But it'd be nice to see Kawhi again and Paul George and the new head coach Tyronn Lue and Russ yeah, he is from LA. So he'll be coming home to LA cause I'm gonna tell you, Westbrook loves playing LA. Like he has friends and family there. He always has a great game that when he plays against the California teams, especially in LA. So let's hear the top 5. Number 5, the first game of the season at Philly. Let me tell you why. Westbrook against Joel Embiid. You know, those two go back and forth. They had a little beef a couple years ago. And it was a game where I think Joel Embiid fouled him hard, and then Russ want to go out there and fight him. And then Port asked him, you get on to him? He's like, F no. So there's a little beef with them two going on. So it'll be interesting to see those two go head to head again. See what kind of skirmishes going on. You know what I'm saying? So but who knows? This could be a preview of the playoffs. So we shall see. Number 4, February 23rd at the Lakers. Against the defending champion Lakers, LeBron James, AD, with that newly reconstructed team. You got Schroeder, you got Marc Gasol, Montrezl Harrell, Wesley Matthews. So Lakers, even though they lost some players from their championship team, they still got better. I think they're the favorites to repeat champions. And Russell, I say loves playing LA, but he loves playing against the Lakers more than any California team in the NBA. So, and remember last year when we played the Lakers, it was a game where we had a good start in LA, where Rui Hachimura was attacking until LA just ran us out the building. Remember that game? But I think the second part we faced them here. That's gonna be on my list, you know that. But at LA, we shall see. Number 3, the day before my birthday, January 3rd at Brooklyn. You already know why. Kevin Durant. It'll be interesting to see what KD does in that uniform. It's his first year in the East with Kyrie Irving and a new coach. You got Steve Nash and their staff. You got Mari, you got Mike D'Antoni. And it's interesting to see what this new net team can do with KD and Kyrie and the other guys blend together. And who knows? Now that John Wall's gone, we remember how in Pat we want to see Wall over Irving play matchup. But guess what? Even better, we could see Russell against Kevin Durant in the playoffs. How you like that? So, moving on to number 2. You know the top 2 were. You know number 2. Top 2 is number 2. January 26th at Houston. Russell returns to Houston playing against his old boy James Harden. Even if they have fans in the building, he might get ovation, or he could get booed. But I think he might get booed in Houston. He didn't get Oklahoma City when he turned Oklahoma City, but I cannot wait. Part 1 of Russ against John Wall. 2 who got traded with each other. So, and you know number 1 is number 1 on the list. February 15th versus the Rockets when Wall returns to DC. The biggest game on our schedule. Now I have people saying like, "Oh my God, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose this game. We're gonna lose." I'm like, you never know what both teams gonna feel like. Because Houston, remember, they got a rookie head coach, so we don't know what kind of style they're gonna run. Even for us, because we're a new team as well. We got a couple new guys on our team as well, but I cannot wait to see Wall return to see. It's gonna be so interesting to see how it's gonna be in the locker room, in the away locker room. You know what I'm saying? Not instead of the home locker room. So I'm like, it's gonna feel so different. And when he comes out to the court in the Rocky uniform, I'm like, wow, like this is so real to me. It was just that time when Gil left the Wizards to go. We got traded to Orlando, and Antoine went to Cleveland, and Karan went to Dallas. So I cannot wait. That is the number 1 game, or not, probably the entire schedule. When when Wall returned to DC. Second half, it's coming soon, but we will take one more break and we'll talk about the Russell Westbrook introduction. So keep it locked. We'll be right back.
By Westbrook. And Robertson with a playoff career high. Westbrook for 3. That's his 4th three-pointer, 36 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists for Russell Westbrook. Oklahoma City with their biggest lead of the game.
And we've talked about superstars taking over games. As a defensive end, it's KD with the block and Russell with the 3. Triple-double, high-fiving the fans. Thunder rolling.
And we are back for the last time on this show for the day. And today we're going to talk about the Russell Westbrook introduction, our newest Wizard superstar. And before we talk about Russell introduction, even though it's tough seeing Wall go, but after watching the introduction, I'm going to love Russell Westbrook here. So it's going to change everything in DC. Let's get to some of his comments. You know he's going to wear the number 4, right? And he said 4 is his favorite number. And I'm like, me too, because I wear 4 because 4 is my birthday, January 4th, 1991. It says reminds of his family, which is four members. That's why I play for. And then he wore number 4 in high school. And one kind of lie he said when I'm on the floor, I have no friend. I'm not friendly. I'm just trying to bust someone's behind. I'm not shaking hands. I'm not changing. I'm like, so he's been that way almost his entire career, but he does not shake hands. And I've seen him for the past 4 years where when he loses in the playoffs, he's like, I'm out of here. I can't remember last time where he shook hands with him. I think probably against San Antonio, I think one of them years against Spurs. But the one thing I didn't like, I'm like, I did not know he was a Cowboy fan. Kind of like John Wall, he's a Cowboys fan. So we're gonna change all that. Hopefully, when you come to a football game, but till next season though, that you're not gonna like you being a Dallas fan. You should change your team to watch this. And I do like the one thing he liked that I saw, that he believes that we can win a championship right here and now. I think the last person who said that win championship was Paul Pierce. When he came into the Wizards, he said this team could win championship. But I'm not going that far yet because we have to wait and see. I know we got some talent team, but we got a long way to go before we talk about championship because I'm not going far yet. And let's see what else he says. And he called his old best couple. He's a player's coach. He's a player coach. He's always available to me. That's what I'm grateful for. So look and see how they reunite him and Scott Brooks back together again. And to mention Bradley Beal, He said he's a superstar talent, and he showed that last year. They really averaged 30 points a game last year. So I cannot wait to see those two. Hopefully they gel, because I think he's gonna practice tomorrow and throughout training camp. And we got a preseason game, I think, next Sunday against Brooklyn Nets. Looking forward to see how, but I will see how Russell Westbrook does in the preseason. But he don't care about preseason though. Preseason to me, this is all about who's gonna be in our rotation for the season. But Russ, he's probably gonna play like 20 minutes in preseason. See what it's about. And after that, just leave it to the guys who's gonna make the team and who's gonna be part of rotation. So can't wait to see what Russ does on the floor. And next time you see me, I'm doing the season preview show. We're gonna talk about everything. Preview the team, my top 18 in the East, top 8 in the West, and getting ready for the new season, for the 2020-2021 season. And don't forget, do not want to miss this. The new theme song for season 3 in this channel is coming soon. Posted here on this channel, so looking forward to that. So thank y'all for watching. You know the deal. You can follow me on Twitter. It's @Camingo. And for this channel on Twitter is @Wiz_Nation. On Instagram, same thing, @Camingo. For this channel, Nation_Wiz. Thank y'all. Good night. Peace.